guys, how's it going? And welcome to another video, and you join me on another beautiful day. The sun is out, the temperature is warm, and that must mean one thing, that the roofs on the convertibles have got to come off. You join me here right now in the Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead. This is a pretty cool car. They don't make Phantom convertibles anymore. As you already know, the Rolls-Royce Dawn is the convertible variant of the Rolls-Royce. However, today is not a Rolls-Royce day. Yep, you've clicked on this video because you've read the title and you know what's coming. Yeah, that's right. We are today comparing the two hot hatches from Mercedes-Benz, the A45 AMG S and the A35 AMG. Now, these are two of the hottest hatches, and I've heard lots of positive reviews about these. My friends have quite a few of these A35s. They have some great interiors. They are great all-round cars, and you know I'm a bit of a Mercedes-Benz fan. I did have the Mercedes C63 507 edition, the SLS, and a few other models. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Mercedes-Benz have come up with in their new hot hatches. But the question on everybody's mind is, which one do I buy, the A35 or the A45? Is the price increase from the A35 to the A45 actually worth the difference? Well, let's find out. Let's first walk around the Mercedes A45 AMG S. Now, this car has 100 brake horsepower more than the A35. It also has larger brakes and wider tires, which means that it's got better stopping power, it's better on track, and obviously the 100 horsepower really helps. But we're going to find out about that a little bit later on when we take both of them out for a drive. Let's have a little walk around the A35, and whilst we're at it, we can see some visual differences between the A45 and the A35. First and foremost, the grille, the front of it. You can tell there is a significant difference between the cars. So from the front, you can see this has the new grille. As well as the new grille, the lower part of the bumper has wider openings for more air to flow through the engine, because this is the more high performance hot hatch out of the two. Coming around onto the side, we've got the 19-inch AMG alloys, complemented with the red brake disc, brake calipers, sorry. Those brake discs are quite big for a car this size, which goes to tell me that not only does it have good handling and good acceleration, but fantastic stopping power, which is a must. Now, this one is finished in black. Forgive me, it is a little bit dusty. My friend very kindly dropped this car off to me for you to share with you guys today. So yeah, big thank you to H. Going on onto the interior of the car, this is a triple black car with some sports seats. We'll have a proper look at that in a second. Moving on to the back, the differences that you will find between the A45 and the A35 mainly are the exhaust tips. So the A35 have single exhaust tips, one on the left, one on the right, but this one has the quad exhaust tips. So yeah, this one looks a lot more aggressive. I love the diffusers on the A45s as well, and the A35 is the same as well. They're very, very low. They make the car look very, very sporty. A little bit of a problem when hitting potholes or going over curbs or speed bumps, because sometimes it does catch. I mean, I have one of my friends who has an A35. I think he's probably replaced the back diffuser maybe 3 times now. So yeah, that is, you've got to be very careful with that. This one also has a sunroof as well. Around 400 brake horsepower. 400 brake horsepower in a hot hatch. Do you remember the days when 300 was a lot? This is something else. So let's have a look at the interior of the Mercedes A45 AMG. Now, a very, very nice place to be. You can tell it is a premium hot hatch, especially on the night when the ambient lighting illuminates all the interior. You can choose the different colors. It really gives it a premium feel to it and reflects the price tag, Mercedes-Benz style. First of all, these seats. So these seats are very comfortable. They are actually sporty at the same time. They fit you in a very snug way, so that's quite important on a powerful hot hatch like this, where it will be thrown around bends and stuff. So yeah, you want to be in a seat that you can feel nicely fitted into, and these do just that. Other things in this car, we've got like a Manatino here. So let me just start the car. There's a push button just here, as long as you've got the key on you. Foot on the brake. There's the start. Not an aggressive start for how powerful this car is and the performance compared to the performance on this car. It doesn't sound like a barker, shall we say, when you start it up. Let's change over the mode. So it's in comfort mode at the moment. There's Sport, Sport Plus, and Race mode. We've got it in race mode with the exhaust button on. Shortly, we are going to hear some exhaust notes from the A45. But before we do, This steering wheel, how nice is this steering wheel? You've got this digital Manatino here, you've got the Alcantara on the side, very sporty, very nice steering wheel. Yeah, just Mercedes-Benz have always been pleasant cars to be in. The interiors, they've always been well ahead. The designs of the interiors have always been fantastic. The new S-classes, the new E-class, all that sort of stuff. And they've carried that through in the A-class models as well. So the A45 and the A35 have pretty much identical interiors, except for the steering wheels. Yep, you get the idea. It's a premium hot hatch by Mercedes-Benz. Now, as promised, shall we hail this car? Let's give it a few revs. Now, if I'm honest with you, I'm a little bit disappointed by the sound of the car. I feel it could have been a lot more aggressive. It's not very AMG, but what do you expect from a 2-litre? And especially with the new regulations that are in place, it's a little bit difficult for manufacturers to create the exhaust note that we all want. There's always aftermarket exhaust that you can put on, but the OEM one sounds okay. So that's the A45 covered very, very briefly. Let's have a quick look at the A35 AMG as well. So as I mentioned earlier, front end is the biggest difference between the two, as well as performance. They both actually have 19-inch wheels. This one's got smaller brake discs, understandably, as it has got 100 horsepower less. So yeah, the interiors as well are pretty much identical. They're very, very similar. The seats on this one are a little bit different. They don't have the same seats as that one. They're a little bit more of a comfort spec. But what I'm interested in is the sound of this car. Does this car sound different to the A45 AMG? They both have the same engine, so let's find out. If I'm honest with you, I'm not very impressed by the sounds of these brutal hot hatches. Considering the performance levels that I've heard that these cars produce, they don't all sound that aggressive, you know? So I think aftermarket exhaust on these is a major must. But I think we've had a little walk around both the cars. I think it is definitely time that we take them both out for a quick drive and see what the performance differences are. And is the price difference from the A35 to the A45 really worth it? Let's find out. Okay, right guys, it is time to take the A45 AMG out for a drive. Let's go. Push to start, turn on the exhaust button. It's in comfort. We want it in race mode. That's all we know, and let's go. Okay, we're in the A45 AMG S, and oh, actually, you know what? It sounds a lot better when you're driving. Actually, standstill revving is probably not very loud and aggressive, but when you're driving it, it certainly is. Wow. Wow, wow, wowzers. So, just some stats about this car. It's a 2-litre V4 that produces nearly 400 brake horsepower. That's a lot of horses for a hot hatch. What I love about the Mercedes A-Class is it's got so much tech in it, it's got so much kit in it. You really feel part of the AMG club, even though it is the entry level. Oh. Yeah, it's quick. It's quick. But after having driven the Bugatti, I think everything just feels a little slower now. But this is a quick hot hatch. Barbaric. Barbaric. That's what this car is. It is barbaric. This is what hot hatches are about. This is a naughty car. A very, very naughty car. Priced at around £55,000. It is quite expensive, however, for a hot hatch. The A35 is priced around £40,000, so it's about £15,000 more. This, the gear shifts are just so good, so sharp, so fast.
love it. Every traffic light you get, the opportunity for a race start is there. I think we need it more than ever now. Wow, what a car! This A45 AMG has impressed me, to say the least. Now it's time to check out the A35. Normally people will go to the A35 and then they would check out the A45, but we're going to do it the other way around here now. We already know which one's the better one, but we're going to see if we can tell a significant difference between the two. So A45, quick little drive in it. What do I think of it? A proper hot hatch, priced at around £55,000. You do get a lot of kit with it. Is it worth it? I think so. Right, now it's time to go out in the A35 AMG. I actually love it in this yellow, especially on a day like this. Woohoo! Right, let's head on inside. Right guys, time to take the A35 AMG for a quick little blast. You can tell that I'm in the A35 probably because of the seats. These haven't got those sport seats, but everything else pretty much is the same. Right, okay. Whew, it's hot in here. Let's start it up. The main difference that we're trying to work out is the performance. Is this car quicker than the A45? Or is it similar in performance? So if it is, then the price difference is not worth it. All right, and off we go. Woo! This is raspy as well. Very, very interesting. Look at the difference. Now you can actually, oh, this actually pops and crackles a little bit more. Maybe because that's all. Do you hear that, guys? Oh. Pops and crackles, they never get boring. For some reason this one is popping and crackling a lot more than the A45. That's probably because the A45 is a little newer, but might just be that that is a thing. Oh yes. By no means does this lack power. I mean, it's like nearly 300 brake horsepower. I remember when some of the fastest hot hatches in the world were about 300 horsepower, and now the A35 is just casually pushing that. So yeah, definitely value for money here. I mean, personally, out of the A45 and the A35, I would probably go for the A35, just because I feel as if the power, the performance on this car is more than enough. But then again, nobody ever says no to more power. I can't believe how much this pops and crackles. It also feels a little bit lighter on the steering, but that's probably because the A45 has wider tires, so that's why it probably feels a little bit different on the steering. I've got it in Sport Plus mode at the moment. It's doing bits. Very aggressive, the gear changes on this one. Oh! The A45 wasn't doing this.
So guys, there we have it. Just took out the A35 AMG and the A45 AMG out to compare for you guys, and the verdict is in. Which one would I prefer over the two? Personally, I think the A35 AMG is the one that I would pick because I feel it does absolutely everything perfectly. It has the right amount of power. It's priced well. It just is a hot hatch. It is a fast hot hatch. I remember back in the days, hot hatches were only doing 250, 280 brake horsepower. This is what, nearly 310 brake horsepower. So ample amounts of power, good interior, good build. So yeah, this is the one that I would go for, but I would definitely not refuse the keys to the A45 AMG S. That thing is a barbaric, super hot hatch. That is very, very fast indeed. It's also obviously priced about 15 to 18,000 pounds more than the A35. So if you actually see value in paying that extra 20,000 pounds, then so be it. But yeah, this I feel does the job. Now, I must stress that if you are thinking of getting an A-class AMG, do definitely get one with the aero kit. These two are spec'd up quite well. You don't always get the aero kit on the car, so some look like just normal A-classes. The only way you can differentiate from them is from the exhaust tips. But yeah, make sure you get the aero kit. If you do go for a wild, brave color like this one, just know that absolutely everybody is going to be looking at you. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like for more. Comment below what more content you would like to see. And yeah, we've had some fun in the hot hatches. What a colorful day it is here today at PET. We've got the Lambos, we've got the A-classes. It's all happening. We're super, super busy. So I'm going to have to end the video here and catch up with you guys again very, very soon. Guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Hit the bell notifications button and keep supporting like you guys always do, and I'll see you soon for more videos. Take it easy, God bless, bye-bye. However, today isn't a Rolls-Royce day, even though the weather is however, today, I keep behind me, to my left, your right, we have the Mercedes AMG A45 S, and on my right, your left,